What's going on, y'all? I ain't been live in a minute regarding politics and what's going on. Shout out to everybody. You know what I mean? Like, the Christmas season is over. I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? Got all my presents out of the way. Everybody got what they wanted. I ain't got to do no shopping no more. I could just chill, relax, and watch what I want to watch. Do what I want to do. Watch the movies I want to, all of that. You know what I'm saying? But let's get to something that is news. You know what I mean? So it looks like it says Democrats plagued by fighting after election losses. Let's see what they're saying about AOC.
Selecting a member of the so-called old guard to serve as its top lawmaker on the House.
It says Democrat strategist snubs AOC for House leadership role. Interesting.
Oversight Committee. 74-year-old Jerry Connolly of Virginia will be the counterpart to Chairman James Comer, despite some fierce lobbying from 35-year-old Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Critics say the move shows the party just hasn't learned from its mistakes from its November losses. This, as the party picks who will run its national committee in just a few weeks.
You don't realize, I do feel like the Democratic Party is completely out of touch with the voters. Completely. What's up? I'm just a vet. Thug life. Shout out to y'all. You know what I'm saying? But like they are very out of touch, man. They got to restructure. They even got Stephen A. Smith out here wilding. And Stephen A. Smith, if you ask me, it sounds like he's been red pilled. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man.
Democratic strategist Julian Epstein and Heritage Strategic Communications Vice President Mary Vogt are both here to weigh in. Thank you guys both for joining us. I want to start with this selection of Jerry Connolly. One of the critics of that choice was Jen Psaki on MSNBC. Here's what she had to say about that.
This is one of the few committees in Congress that actually generates national attention or media coverage. And while I have deep respect for Speaker Pelosi, she's been on this show many times. She's fierce and nothing against Congressman Connolly at all. This felt like an obvious chance to apply some of the lessons we should have learned from the November election.
Julian, is she right?
No, I think she's wrong. And I used to be the staff director of that committee. Look, I know Jerry Connolly. I think he's competent. He is old. I think that you can make a case all you want for a younger candidate. I don't think AOC is that candidate. When you heard her just go up against...
I think she's a little bit too emotional. AOC.
Somebody like Tom Homan on immigration. Bill, you should be familiar with that exchange. She was not able to hold her own when she was on a show called Firing Line, and she was asked simple questions about the conflict in Israel and Gaza with the terrorists. She didn't seem to have any of the basic facts. I was staff director of that committee for a number of years ago. And in order to be able to run that committee on behalf of the Democrats, you have to be very rigorous on the facts. I have not seen AOC display that kind of rigor that's needed. So is there another candidate that could run against Jerry Connolly? Perhaps. But I think
she's feisty though. So I don't know what he really means by that, but she is like really feisty.
I think these are the wrong questions that Democrats are answering. Democrats have more fundamental cultural questions that they need to be able to deal with if they want to climb back into relevancy.
Mary, what do you think about Connolly being the one to be selected to go up against James Comer? These hearings get a lot of public attention. They're on TV all the time.
I think Julian's right. It's because AOC represents the far left wing of the Democrat Party. She's basically the mold of Bernie Sanders. And so Jen Psaki is wrong in the sense that if they actually want to hear what the voters said on November 5th, they need to be getting behind moderate Democrats, people that are more willing to work with Republicans, that want to fight
yeah, she's right.
on fiscal responsibility, that want to do more to make this town work. And AOC is of the wing of the left-wing party. The DEI woke agenda isn't going to last. And so Jen Psaki is wrong in saying that she should be the one that has it instead.
And Democrats will be selecting their DNC chair in a few weeks. Marianne Williamson is throwing her hat in the ring. Here's what she said here on Fox yesterday. Take a listen.
So what I have seen from people so far who are running for the DNC chair has to do with external fixes, has to do with data analysis, has to do with fundraising.
Mike Frandis said AOC represents the far left. Yeah, she can't She's not moderate at all. But she is feisty, but I mean, you have to, and if you're gonna run like a house, you see what I'm saying? Or, you know what I mean? Whether or not it's the Senate or you have to get everybody like on the same accord. You know what I'm saying? Even the House of Representatives and stuff, like you have to get everybody on the same accord. Like that is one thing that Nancy Pelosi, I cannot stand that lady, you know, but she was able to, I think she ruled low key with like an iron fist, but she was able to sometimes get people in line and get things to go through. So, but like a person like AOC, nah, man, I think she's too outspoken.
Has to do with field organizing.
She is very unstable. I think AOC is too unstable, for real.
With a 50-state strategy. What I want to address is the psychological and emotional factors that not only have to do with repairing.
I'd still hit that. AOC can, I take her out to dinner.
Our own relationship with the people whose votes we need, but also with countering the extraordinary adrenaline rush, collective adrenaline rush that Donald Trump has created.
What's up, Daniel Lemon?
So, Julian, in your opinion, what's she kind of saying there? She's essentially saying that Democrats have to find somewhat of their own MAGA movement to breathe some life into the party and change directions here?
Hey, Mike Ferranda, don't act like you won't, bro. Like, if AOC was in your DMs, what you gonna do? You gonna say no? Yo, my girl texted me as soon as I said I hit that. I'm like, oh Lord, she watching me. AOC, she could tell me what she think. You know?
I hear it, and I hear a lot of psychobabble, woo-wooism. I don't think it's a correct diagnosis of the problem, and I think that even the discussion about the DNC chair is the wrong answer, is the wrong question. What Democrats have to do is they have to decouple themselves from the groups, the hard left groups that have driven them to unpopular positions on everything from the economy, immigration, critical race, critical gender. They have hijacked the party, and the party has taken positions that are deeply, deeply unpopular in the public. The second thing they have to do is they have to stop the demonization.
And the dangerous thing about AOC too, like she is incredibly popular. Like her followers is insane, bro. She is crazy popular. So for her to be that volatile and popular, it's dangerous, man.
It's all been ad hominem attacks for the last 9 years against Trump. It hasn't worked. It's been a failure. What the Democrats have to do now is they want to compete with the Republicans is they have to learn how to build. They have to learn how to build things like a secure border. They have to deal with working class issues, vocational education, automation, which is coming. You know, the Chinese are going to have 45 to 50% of manufacturing.
I don't know what I was
2030.
saying, Megan. My bad. I was just talking. Mike Ferranda in the chat was making me talk about stuff I didn't want to talk about. So Lucas said AOC will have a hand in helping create great change for the better in this country. Do you really believe that, bro? Hey, Lucas, I might have to call you, bro. You really believe that? Lucas said that she unstoppable is what you mean.
What's the Democrats' answer on any of these things? These are fundamental issues that the Democrats have to address with the working class, that just all this talk, this psychobabble is sort of skirting the main issue.
Psychobabble, that's the word of the day. Mary, we got to run, but give you 20 seconds for a quick response.
What y'all think about AOC? Like, keep it real about AOC. Y'all keep it real about her. What y'all really think? You said going live, I drop everything. Shout out to you, man, bro.
To what Julian just said.
If the Democrats are smart, they would honestly work on building up the Blue Dog Democrat caucus. It's about 10 Democrats in the House that are focused on fiscal responsibility in a town that's soon going to be run by Republicans. It'll give them leverage to be able to negotiate on fiscal conservative policies, which the American people want.
Mary Vogt, Julian Epstein, thank you both for joining us today. Hope you guys.
So, Mike said, Lucas, she's going to lead you straight to the master. Yo, AOC, I would be scared if AOC was like running this country, to be real, man.
Like, wait a minute, you're going to come to...
Hold on. So what they talking about? So MSNBC said Democrats are stuck in our old ways. Yo, I think they understand the writing on the wall. Wasn't MSNBC like was about to go up for sale because people wasn't watching them? They got to revamp, man. They got to start talking like the people want to hear. So they will turn on you. Like if you're a Democrat right now, they will turn on you, bro. Look at her. She like, we got to get these views up. It says Democrats are stuck in our old ways. Republican Crockett on AOC losing oversight committee.
Member of the Oversight and Agricultural Committees. All right, Congressman, when you hear those remarks, what are your initial thoughts?
Hit the like button if y'all can. I'll be forgetting to say that. Hit the like button.
Again, we have someone who doesn't know what he's doing. And, you know, this idea of, oh, you know, you're illegal and then you go out and have a child. It's not quite that simple, especially when you have people that are doing things like...
Elon Musk wasn't actually going to buy MSNBC. He was just like entertaining it on Twitter. Not like entertaining, like he was really going to, you know what I'm saying? Like he was just joking around, like trolling. Because they're in dire straits. Like their ratings have been going down. Like especially you got all the bloggers talking, like showing the disconnect that MSNBC has like with the general public, and just how blatantly wrong they've been about Trump like this entire time. Like people just, you know, they started to open their eyes. Like, nah, we not dealing with them. Like we good. You know, but you know it caused their ratings to drop, so they was on the chopping block for a minute. And Elon was just trolling it. And, you know, his fans going to go crazy when he says something.
Seeking asylum and people that are saying, listen, I'm just...
And then Devious Chris said the irony that the RNC wants the debt limit increased or removed while claiming to be fiscally responsible. I know, right?
Trying to make sure that I can live a better life here in the United States, and I want to do everything that I can to become an American citizen. Or
now, because we vertical, I've seen somebody hitting the hundreds. I could see if y'all hitting the hundreds and the confetti and all that. Y'all do that too. Thug life. Hit the confetti, the hundreds, all of that. Because you can't see the like button when I'm vertical.
At least get some sort of legal status.
And then Shelly Dawson said it's very easy not to have a child. I would be happy to explain to anyone who doesn't know.
And you have, you know, Trump that goes out there, him and his minions, and they say things like, you know what, we're only going to get rid of the bad ones, right? And so people sit there and they're like, wait a minute, you're going to come to my job where I'm working and I may be paying into taxes or whatever, or my kids are at school. You know, I think that there's going to be a rude awakening really on all sides.
There's also, to me, the idea that vulnerable women without access to health...
I think she's trying to take AOC's spot. What y'all think? Because AOC is like she's a Democratic rock star right now. She's like, I need some of them followers. Ryan said, nothing real going on with politics. It's all a show. Oh, definitely.
Healthcare or birth control may or may not be choosing whether or not they are conceiving a child.
Brian Robinson said, you can double tap the screen to like. All right. Aranda said, Theodore hands got tied from making deals. He needs to be trusted with the numbers.
But I'll leave that there. Holman also said family detention centers could play a role in deportation efforts. And he added that those facilities would not be jails, but, quote, open air campuses designed for families. I'm not sure access to fresh air was a lot of people's issue with that policy, but I'm wondering how plausible that sounds to you.
I'm curious to know if he's ever been to a jail or a prison. The reality is that these are nothing more than detention camps that look a lot like jails and prisons. I mean, obviously, there's what they call the yard when you go to a prison, and that is an open air facility.
Bro, I don't care where if it looks like a prison or not. Like, I don't care about none of that. Like, if you come here illegally, you need to be somewhere so you can leave. If you're illegal, you gotta go. I don't care where you put you. Like they're like, it's gotta be super humane. Like, don't nobody care. Y'all get out of here with that. People need to just stop coming here illegally.
Charlie Kirk is not us.
All right, so Black Conservative Perspective, he puts out, Chink goes off on his TYT employee as she loses her mind over him talking to Charlie Kirk. I gotta watch this dude, man, because Black Conservative Perspective, shout out to him. He sometimes he be putting stuff up that be getting hit with copyright. He just be throwing content up so fast to get the money. Like, you gotta watch him.
Somebody, this isn't the horseshoe theory, right? I mean, maybe in some people's mind it is, but this isn't like, oh, you know, we see the world very differently, but we kind of converge on this one issue. I know that Cenk Uygur stands for ethical, principled, humanistic values. Charlie Kirk opposes all of that. So when you stand on stage with
what are y'all thoughts on Lamont, Mark Lamont? It's things I don't like about him, but a lot of time, I mean, I'm starting to find myself kind of agreeing with a lot of what he says, man. Like he's not super left. He's not right at all, but he's not super left. He tries to get in the middle. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times, I think he's very aware of where the climate is in politics, and he doesn't cross the line too much. You know, so I'm starting to rock with Mark Lamont. You know, we broke down a lot of the debates between him and, you know what I'm saying, like Candace Owens and all of that. But I don't know. I'm starting like, I think he's kind of cool, man.
Yeah. You lend legitimacy to him. Now I hear you saying, "Oh well, they won the election. They kicked our ass. They already have legitimacy." Yeah, they have electoral power. That's not the same as legitimacy. You're giving moral legitimacy to them. You're encouraging people to say, "Hey, our political differences are just that." It allows people to frame our political differences as minor differences of opinion, as opposed to high stakes moral, ethical issues that reflect our fundamental humanity.
So I started the largest progressive network. I've given dozens of progressives opportunities they didn't have before. I started Just Democrats, et cetera, et cetera. The minute I disagree, like 5% on trans issues or crime, everybody's like, right wing, fascist, right wing.
But that's how y'all be. Like, what y'all say? Y'all gotta ride like super left, or y'all go crazy on each other. That's what y'all be doing, Chink. Let's keep it real.
Almost every show is saying that. Almost every show. So you telling me that you don't push?
Devious Chris said Mark is good people. He's socially progressive and fiscally conservative. Okay. Mock said he thinks trans women are real women. He's rather clown-like. I mean, I don't agree with what he says, like on stuff like that. Like, I don't really talk about it, like all the trans stuff and stuff like that. But I don't agree with that. You know what I mean? But you know, whatever. Lucas said, if this is a Trump, like, what are you talking about? Sorry said, hit the like button, lazy folks. Yeah, people be lazy. And then Frankie Mendez says, Dr. Lamont Hill used to be frequent guest on Red Eye on Fox News years ago. I really do miss that show.
People, you're pushing out the movement overall, at least the online left movement, seems to be trying to push out the one network that has.
Yo, how is she like? I know who does she know? Who is she related to? This girl has been on like Pierce Morgan. She got Chink on her show. Like, who is she? How did she? I mean, I know she is. Like, this is crazy, bro. She's like blowing up, and she be having those crazy like far left opinions. It's ridiculous.
Help progressives more than any other network, and it's not in dispute. But my God, we have 5% disagreement. So tear it down, tear it.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So we got to talk about the real division in our politics.
Lucas says left and right doesn't fix the country, my friend. Forward progress does. No, Trump is right. He's fixing the country, bro. Like, the left tore the country down. Like, and this is my personal opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they tore the country down. I think things were like crazy expensive. Grocery prices was through the roof. Interest rates went crazy. They was spending like crazy, sending like money overseas, and you know what I mean? It seems to me, I'm not saying this is a fact, but it seems to me that they're agitating things between Ukraine and Russia instead of trying to just reach like a conclusion and try to help stop everything. Like Trump is saying like war is bad. We need to stop war. It's not good for business. Vladimir Putin wants to talk to Trump. Biden goes ahead and gives Ukraine authorization to launch long-range missiles into Russia before Trump can even get into office and do anything with peace. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, to me, it's like the Democratic Party is more of the same. Like when I heard Kamala Harris talking, to be real with you, all I heard was like a left-wing robot. She even like, I mean, she would literally just have like 8 sound bites and she would say them everywhere. That's it. That's all she would do. There was nothing like progressive about her. She's complaining about freedom of speech on social media. We've ran like a lot of different videos of her talking like that. Like Twitter needs to be shut down. Social media needs to be regulated. We've heard Hillary Clinton say the same thing. John Kerry, we even watched him give like a seminar, you know what I'm saying? And discuss like the discontent, how they feel about social media and how it's like changing things. Like we watched all of those videos. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, man. Like a person like her does not need to be running the country. Like that is then they trying to get rid of TikTok. Like, come on, bro. Like y'all didn't see what the left was doing, so I don't, like somebody said left and right don't just, you know, fix or whatever the country. I mean, they can destroy the country depending on what side it was. You know what I'm saying? My opinion, I think it can destroy it. You know what I mean? When Bush was in, I thought Bush was terrible. I didn't think like George W. Bush was great. Like I thought he was terrible. I thought he was trying to push wars. I didn't like Cheney. I didn't like none of them. You know, so it is what it is.
Politics, which is the current civil war that's happening on the left. One of the reasons why the mainstream liberal media is so caught up.
Eric said, all I heard was Charlie Brown teacher, wah, 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 when Harris talked. That's all I heard, bro. Brandon said, you're going to wish Trump hadn't won. Hey, Brandon. You want more of the same? Like, do you remember, hey, Brandon, do you remember when interest rates got so high, it didn't even matter if you had an 800 credit score? This was just in 2023. Like, it didn't matter if your credit was good. You were still getting like a low-key bad, like, interest rate. Remember when Trump was in, like, if you bought a car, like, your interest rate was, like, really good? Like, that was gone. Like now, if you buy a house, like I've got my interest rate on my house that I bought under Trump, right? 4.25% interest rate. It ain't the best. I mean, I know people that got like 3%. You know what I'm saying? Or close to like 3%. So it's not the best. I dare you to go out and try to find anything close to the interest rate I got on my house right now. You're paying like close to 7% on a house. And you got to think, this is hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is not like 7% on $20,000. This is hundreds of thousands of dollars. And look at the amortization schedule. How much interest you going to pay on a house with 7%? It's crazy. You buy a house to like, you know, low key, like hedge you against, you know what I'm saying? Like inflation in the market of like renting and, you know, whatever. That's what you buy a house for. But like, man, they making it ridiculous. Insane. And look, sorry about my name said 3%. It's got a 3% interest rate. You ain't Brandon, you not finding nothing like that no more. Like, why do y'all not want to own houses? I mean, you can still own, you know, buy them, but like, why do you want to get a house that's difficult to get and you pay them more money? Why do y'all like Democrats in the chat right now? Thug Life. Why do y'all like paying more money for things? Can y'all tell me that? Like, please, somebody. I will call you on the phone. Thug Life. Why do y'all like paying more money for stuff? And arguing that, yeah, we should pay more money. Like, why do y'all be doing that? Like, paying more money is getting you more services. I really don't get it, man.
In this Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, MAGA drama over legal immigration is because
somebody said average home price in 1985 was 12% mortgage. Yo, we not talking about 1985. What's 1985 have to do with anything? Somebody said 7% is a crazy amount of money on your investment. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Bro, I literally, in real life, like, I'm not talking about like internet. In real, I was talking to this lady, bro. I'm not gonna say her name. Thug Life. She probably gonna get mad that I'm saying this. I don't care. Thug Life. You shouldn't be watching me anyway, like, cause you stalking me if you watching me. Look, I was talking to this lady, and she was like, "Who are you voting for?" I'm like, "It ain't Biden. I'm like, it ain't Kamala." You know what I'm saying? Before Kamala, I'm like, "It ain't." You know, and she's like, "Oh, I just feel sorry for you." Shout out to my fiance with the $5 donation. Shout out to you, salute. I feel sorry for you. I'm like, why? And she was like, because you're brainwashed. I'm like, why do you think I'm brainwashed? And, you know, and I'm like, I'm taking a step back and I'm realizing I'm the reasonable person, right? And I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like, it is what, you know, right wing reason, left wing emotion, right? So I'm like, why am I like brainwashed? And she was like, well, you think the rich people should just keep all of their money? I'm like, what made you think I think that? And so I'm like, let me ask you something. I'm like, she probably watching this. She gonna, I can't lie. You know what I'm saying? I'm bad at lying. I'm just gonna tell you what she said, right? Or what I said. I was just like, yo, this is how much money I'll make a year, right? And I'm like, so I've got to pay a lot of money in taxes. I feel some type of way when Shaniqua can have like 7 kids and get a massive income tax return, and she giving Leroy like rims for his new BMW. It's not even her baby father, and I'm paying for all of this stuff. And she taking everybody out on Disney and all of that. I be feeling some type of way. I feel like that's a misappropriation of my money, dude. I don't want to be paying for Shaniqua. She decided to have all of these kids. You know what I'm saying? Why I gotta pay for them? Like, if I'm being responsible, you know what I mean? I'm taking care of my kids, whatever Thug Life. You know, like, don't be like Thug Life. Like, oh, she calling me. She calling me. I know it. Why is you watching me? I knew this was gonna happen. I knew it. Y'all be stick watching. Y'all be watching me. I knew it, bro. But anyway, I'm gonna tell you anyway. Look, so I'm like, I don't like paying for all of that, right? I'm like, the Democrats believe that government should be bigger and bigger and bigger, right? To create more government jobs, right? I'm like, when is the last time you went into a government facility and they wanted you there? Right, a government business, and they really wanted you there. Don't. Nah, I'm like, they got security, like, to make sure you don't even get in, and you paying for all of this stuff. If you needed them for something, you think they're gonna help you? Like, no. I'm like, so why do I want to keep paying to make this bigger and bigger and bigger? Like, government, what do? They create a lot of regulations, right? A lot of rules, a lot of things you can't do, right? And then in order to pay for all these regulatory like systems and all of this craziness, what they do? They got the IRS. What you think the IRS gonna do? They coming after you for every little dollar you get. I'm like, you like that? When you try to make money? I'm like, what do you think them 80-something thousand IRS agents are for? Do you think they're for the rich people, or you think they're for regular people like me or you? I'm like, this is what happens when you have big government that's getting out of control. I'm like, I don't like that. I'm like, you think, you know, paying all of this money and, you know, for all of these different like agencies, and they just taking all this from your check and doing all of this stuff. You think that that's going to help you with healthcare or something? Well, you know what? Like, I believe y'all should pay more. I'm like, what you mean, like, pay more? I'm like, I'm not rich, but what you mean y'all should pay more? And she was like, well, if Shaquanda don't want to work, she don't have to work. Maybe she feel tired. I'm like, you think I should be paying for Shaquanda? If she want to have all the kids and just sit on, like, have EBT and Section 8, I should be paying for her? She's like, yeah. I'm like, but I gotta go to work. She's like, yeah, and you able to do it. I'm like, oh, thug life. I am never. I cannot understand the mind of the Democrats. Like, I can't. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, literally, I mean, I was about to say, maybe you was Shaniqua, but I know she gonna call me again. You know what I'm saying? Thug life, you know what I'm saying? But I don't like that. I'm like, I believe in less government to get in your way. I'm like, if you want to like start a business, you think it's going to be easier or harder under a Democrat to start a business? It should be, she said it's easier. I'm like, do you know what red tape regulation is? It's a whole lot of it. You know, and we just having like the discussion. And we being like, she's like getting more and more emotional as I'm talking to her. And I'm like, and I'm asking her, like, I'm genuine, and I'm not even trying to make fun of her. No, it's just me and her talking. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say where we was at. I mean, she already knows. She just called me, Talk Life. You know, and I was really trying to understand like where she was coming from and why she thinks I'm like brainwashed. And it came down to it. She couldn't argue anything. She literally got mad and walked off. Like, if I'm so brainwashed, and this is such a wrong way to think, you should be able to not, and I wasn't even in debate mode. I wasn't trying to debate her. I was just like giving my like opinions. And I was like real nice about it. You know, it's a girl. She gonna like, some girls be getting emotional. Not all girls. Some women are feisty. They don't care about no emotion, you know, but she was she was on the emotional side of it, you know, and I was just, you know, I knew not to, you know, it's a taboo subject, you know, so I knew not to get like real crazy, you know what I mean? But she couldn't like argue. And I think that's what made her even more mad. She couldn't argue. And I'm like, did you ask for Kamala Harris to run? And she's like, no. I'm like, why is she running? You know what I'm saying? I'm like doing stuff. I'm like, you don't see like this is strange. I'm like, do you not like see that Joe Biden? I don't have like no medical diagnosis for him or nothing like that. But do you not see that he could possibly have like cognitive issues? Did you see his debate performance? Like, I'm saying things like this. I'm like, he can't, like, he's having trouble walking up the steps on airplanes. He's falling. He don't know where he is. Like, he's falling asleep. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, this is a person that you guys have chose to be your representative and to run for president. You don't think that's a problem? And I'm like, Kamala Harris, right? I'm like, you don't think, I'm like, do you know anything about her? She's like, she's a woman. And I'm like, yeah, she's a woman. Like, I understand, but do you know anything about, do you know where she come from? Do you know anything about her? She's like, no, but she represents us. And I'm like, did you know, like, Kamala Harris spent a long time in Canada? Like, do you know that she went to, like, high school in Canada? She started out going to college in Canada. Like, her formative years was in Canada. Like, did you know that? So how does she, like, really, like, know what you went through? Like, I'm just being like, so do you think she was like I'm saying things like that, you know? She couldn't say nothing, and I'm like, yo, what is she saying, you know? And then I'm like, yo, with the border, do you like the borders being open? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, oh, I'm like, why? And she's, yeah, that's what she was like, yeah. I'm like, why? And she was like, people should just be able to travel where they want, which is, hey, she had a point. But then I'm like, you know, there's a lot of crime that's being created, you know, that's happening from people that are coming over here, you know, from like crossing the border like illegally, you know, and trying to live here. There's a lot of crime that happens. Like, don't you think we should protect the American people like other countries protect their citizens from stuff like that? Well, people should just be able to travel wherever they want. It's just like everything that I said, she had like a rebuttal that didn't make sense. You know what I mean? And then I tried to break down. I'm like, well, you don't have a problem with people. What did I say to her? I'm like, you don't have a problem. Oh yeah, I was like, you don't have a problem with people crossing the border or coming over here, right? Because you think everybody should be able to travel freely. Obama was kicking people up out of the country. And the same person who's the border czar, he used to do it. You know what I'm saying? And he was like very effective with getting people up out of the country, Obama. I'm like, why wasn't it a problem when he was doing it? And it's just like, but she's a black woman, so she didn't want to hear nothing. Like a lot of thug life, I'm just going to say what it is. A lot of black people, white people, y'all be probably like this too. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? When black people seeing black with Obama, that's what, and that's all they cared about. A black woman, when she's seeing like Kamala, that's all she care about. Oh, I gotta see what homegirl done got her weave at. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all. They just riding for her. Like they don't care who she is. And Kamala knew that. That's why she didn't have to say nothing. You know what I mean? Like when she was talking, she would just say the same sound bites. Even like Charlemagne the God, shout out to you, Noah. Noah said, I see a lot of hatred tonight. Yeah. Even like Charlemagne the God had to, when he did the iHeartRadio with Kamala Harris, he was even like, you know, fans or not fans, he said voters are starting to question things because they say you say the same thing all the time. Because remember when Kamala Harris, she was saying, you know, I grew up in a small town. Like every time like anybody asked her a real question, she would always resort back to that. I grew up in a small town, this and that and the third. You know what I mean? She would always do that. And even Charlemagne, that was super left during the election. I don't know if he was paid. I don't know. But he obviously got the interview. He walked her through the interview. But he even had to say that. He was like, people are, no, he said they were concerned that she keeps saying the same things over and over again. And she was like, well, I believed in repetition. And you got to keep, you know, saying things until it sticks with people, until it resonates. I don't understand how y'all can like see some of these people and just be like, yeah, that's who I'm rocking with. Like, I don't, y'all be picking the wrong ones. And on the Democratic side, they got some people that is like, all right, but nah, bro, not her. Matt said, hopefully they can put welfare on a temporary status. And then you even see like TikToks. People like, oh, Kamala gonna give us something. She gonna give us something. She giving us $25,000 for a house. She giving us. It's like nobody want to earn nothing. It's like everybody just wants somebody to give them something. That's how the Democrats be getting y'all. Gotcha. Let's give them a little bit. And we'll have them for a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Mafioso with the $5 donation, he said the so-called tolerant left do not want you to agree with the right on anything, even if it makes sense. Chink is beginning to realize it. I think Chink is getting red pilled, bro. Thug life. That's what I think. Him, Stephen A. Smith. I think he's starting to get, because you see what. All right, so when you look at Pierce Morgan, your immediate thought is like, left wing, right? But with Pierce, how Pierce be getting people, right? Pierce Morgan has a right wing ideology. I don't care what he tells you. When he's getting up there, he's debating or he's hosting debates. What does he sound like? He sounds like a Republican. Who goes on Pierce Morgan a lot? Chink. And I think now that Chink is exposed to the views, you see what I'm saying, of Pierce Morgan and the type of people he has on there and how things be getting corrected, like with fact checks and stuff like that. I think he's starting to open his mind a little bit. even his like co-host, what's her name? I can't remember her name. Like we reacted to his co-host, and she's becoming more moderate. Like she's becoming more midline, and she was so far left it was ridiculous. And now she like, I don't know. You know what I mean? She started, and I don't know whether or not this is a situation where this lady right here is just new to politics. You know what I'm saying? She's young. She's trying to get her face out there. She's super left. She's trying to impress the Democrats as much as she can. But these guys have been around for a while, right? They know ratings. You know, they know views and algorithms, and they live now. You know what I mean? Like they know the Young Turks right now, they're live. You know what I mean? So they're probably getting to a point. Yeah, Anna Kasparian. So now they're getting to a point, right, to where they could lose. They're at risk of losing viewership because they've been so far left. You know, and what do these channels operate on? A lot of them sponsorships, ad revenue. To get the ad revenue to make enough to, you know what I mean, for it to make sense, you got to have views. If people stop watching you because you're too far left and you're not making sense, you have a problem. So they got to figure out a way to like re-strategize their approach with the public. Every party's got to do it every once in a while. They got to get more in line or in tune with what the population is thinking. When Trump won, when the AP announced Trump was president, and he won, and the popular vote was so crazy. People like him, they have to look at that like, this is not just the electoral college. This is the nation demanding a change, and may not be seeing that strong left-wing ideology that we've been marketing and promoting and pushing. They're waking up. They're probably tired of the high gas prices. They're probably tired of paying all this money for food. They're probably tired of not being able to afford a house. They're probably tired of this and tired of that and tired of all these taxes and tired of, and then like if you try to, another thing I talked to that lady about the when she said I was brainwashed, right? I talked to her about investment. I'm like, do you invest money? And she was like, well, I'm like, do you, in the stock market, do you invest? And sometimes you got to get like that when you're talking to some lefties. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, the stock market, like this. And she's like, no. I'm like, well, I do. When you invest in the stock market, one thing you got to pay is capital gains taxes. You know, Democrats want to keep making it higher and higher. So if you trying to invest and save for your future so you don't have to rely on the government and do all these different things, the Democrats get taken from you. They even wanted to do an unrealized property gains tax. I had to explain that. I was like, do you know what that means? They trying to do it with people that make over 100 million. But just like income tax was supposed to be for the rich, and then it ended up being we all pay income tax. That's how it happens. When they pass something for the rich, you're going to end up having to pay it later. So unrealized, we think you can make this much money in the stock market, so we taxing you. We think your house, they're going to move to property next. That's what they're going to do. We think your house is worth this much money and you can't sell it. That's an unrealized gain, but we're going to tax you on it anyway. And I start breaking down all this stuff that could potentially happen with the, you know what I mean? Like if taxes can get out of control, you know what I'm saying? She didn't even care. She didn't even care. It's ridiculous. Brandon said, yeah, you should have to pay capital gains. Brandon, hit me on Twitter, man. Like, hey, man, like, I want to call. Give me your number on Twitter, bro. I want to call you. I want to see what you be thinking, man. I'll call you on here, man. I want to see Brandon. No, Brandon, don't laugh. Yeah, I want to talk to you, Brandon. He said you should have to pay capital gains. Wait a minute. So I'm getting taxed on all my money like crazy to make this money. Then I invest this money and you taxing me again? Red Pill always said, you seem to have forgotten what the government is actually supposed to be for, and it's not for taxing the heck out of American people. Yeah, they're supposed to work for us, bro. I seen a video of AOC running up the stairs from a reporter. And he was just asking her questions. She ain't want to talk to him. Bro, she working for us. You think hold on, let me show you this. Hold on. And this lady is working for us. Is she running from a reporter? Hold on. Let me show y'all this. Hopefully hold on.
So your district is really suffering under the pressure of the border crisis. Why are? I'm sorry. Trying to get through the door, man. Don't touch me.
She is out.
What? Your district is very much suffering through the border.
I ain't gonna lie, AOC wearing that dress though, ain't she? She low key wearing that dress. I ain't gonna lie, AOC. AOC, I'm gonna give you some props on that.
What? Your district is very much suffering through the border crisis.
She like, I am running away. How's she like running, bro?
Border crisis. Why will you not? No.
These are politicians. They don't think they gotta answer to y'all. They do what they want. They don't answer to y'all. They answer to the donors, the businesses. They don't answer to the American people. They're supposed to. I can't say they for sure answer to businesses, but come on, let's be real. You think if her donor that's probably giving her $1 million and all of this, who you think she gonna answer? A reporter, or a person that's standing outside of her office? Hey, AOC, can I just ask you a couple questions? I want to know how this runs. She gonna walk away from you. But if somebody be donate millions of dollars to it, she gonna answer that phone real quick. These are your politicians in America. Thug life. The great AOC.
Get out of my way. Excuse me, sir. Get out of my way. Get your hands off.
Yo, this dude saying bad words and everything, man. Y'all be getting ghetto. Y'all be more ghetto than ghetto people, bro. Y'all be ghetto.
What? You're gonna fall down the stairs, man. Relax. Stop touching me. Stop touching me. Sir, you're gonna fall down the stairs.
He said stop. Hey, y'all white people be having me cracking up. Stop touching me!
Oh, okay.
Hold on. We ain't about to be doing all these edits. Yo, she wearing that dress though. I ain't gonna lie, AOC.
Are you talking to the Biden administration about thank you, about fix?
Sir, don't talk to me. Don't touch me. Don't talk to me. I want to have nothing to do with you. I don't want to talk. Like, this is how they are, bruh.
The border. Get off of me. What is wrong with you?
You touched me on the stairs.
Thank you. I did not touch you. I have an own.
Did he touch her? He was mad far away from her for the longest time. So I don't know. Maybe he did when he got closer. I didn't see it. But try asking him something. Yeah, make up some stories. Security, get him.
They're sick and tired of talking about the real division in this country, which again is in the Democrat Party. It's on the left side.
Derain says she works for donor class. Jason said, looks like Trump is answering to the donors. I mean, Elon Musk. Hey, Elon Musk is taking $0 to do the job. $0 to do the job. Him and Vivek, $0 to do the job. He's doing it for America because he appreciates America. He made a lot of money in America. $0. And Elon Musk gave him his voice back. This ain't no regular like donor. Like, what are you talking about? Like, Twitter was hijacked by the liberals. It was Thug Life. It is what it is. We heard like when they was getting grilled at Twitter, we already know what it was. They said the government was sending and the Twitter files and they said the government was sending them takedown notices and everything. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't remember that? That's like everywhere. So, and they deplatformed a sitting president, suspended him. So if he's going up against, like, if Elon Musk never unlocked Donald Trump's Twitter, you think he would have had a fighting chance? No. So, if you do all of this for me, what you want to do? Like, yes, like I understand that. And Elon Musk was like out in like Pennsylvania giving people $1 million a day. Nobody talks about that. All y'all people that don't like Elon Musk. I don't like him for different reasons. I got 2 Teslas. It's things I don't like about the Teslas. Thug Life that I bought, you know what I'm saying? With the money I done made from Trump. Y'all don't be liking Trump. I don't. 2 of them things. With the money I made from Trump. I don't like certain things about Elon. I think Elon think everybody rich. I'm not rich. Like he be charging like too much for like upgrades and stuff like that for the cars. Like we all millionaires or something. Like I think he crazy sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But if he could look at government spending and figure out what's going on, how it got out of control, I'm rocking with him.
Of the aisle. Okay, that is the honest to God truth. And I personally am going to continue to.
Where Brandon go? Brandon, get back in this chat. Start talking.
To cover the division on the left, which is what they don't want you to do. They don't want us talking about how the Democrat Party is fractured due to the fact.
But I think Chink is starting to get on the right side of things.
Over legal immigration is because they're sick and tired of talking about the real division in this country, which again is in the Democrat Party. It's on the left side of the aisle. Okay, that is the honest to God truth.
Bro, they're calling like Trump a fascist and like it's the left. Like they're like trying to put him with Hitler and you know, like talk about him like that. Like it was the left doing all of that. Like it would be funny. Like I would sit there and watch Trump do the Joe Rogan podcast, right? And he talks about Kamala Harris for this much of it, like a little bit of it. Every time she doing an interview, and every time she's even around, like she's just going in on Trump. Her whole campaign was negative and divisive. He may have threw his shots at her every once in a while, but he got with the substance. That's why she couldn't beat him. He was the president before. He knows how this works. And when he was president, he was a good one. You know what I mean? So it's what it is.
And I personally am going to continue to cover the division on the left, which is what they don't want you to do. They don't want us talking about how the Democrat Party is fractured due to the fact that people on the left, the far left, have a complete and total intolerance to anybody who disagrees with them just a little bit. Okay, I want you guys to understand. The right, MAGA, we're at the point now where we're actually disagreeing over policies, okay? We're having policy conversations, which is healthy, right? That's a healthy disagreement. The left, they're not disagreeing over policy or anything like that. They're disagreeing over whether or not you should even talk, engage with the other side of the aisle, right? So again, they're not arguing about healthcare. They're not arguing about solutions to the economy. They're not arguing about immigration. They're not arguing about real issues, okay? They're not at that point yet. They're so divided that, again, they're arguing about Jake being on...
Mafioso with the $5 donation. He said, those in the chat who disagree with Piper Boy, hit the super chat at least and stop being cheap. Let's have some dialogue here. Listen to me, Thug Life. You know them Democrats want everything for free. Mafioso! You know they ain't got that money like that. They like, let's throw these free comments out there. see if you'll.
Stage with Charlie Kirk.
Funny.
That's what they're upset about. That's how divided they are. Okay, and that's what we have to talk about here today, because we got to react to this very, very, very fascinating conversation between Francesca Ferrantini, who I believe is a contributor to TYT. So she,
Tukiki said, "Don't be cheap. Ain't nobody gonna be paying bills." Hey man, I see a lot of y'all when Kamala Harris be going live. Hey, she be having crazy donations. She don't care nothing about you. She don't talk to you, nothing. DJ Academics go live. He don't shout out to DJ Academics. I can't talk crazy about him. He posted me before Thug Life. None but respect. You get a pass. You know what I'm saying? But you know, some of these people don't even talk to y'all. Y'all be like, "Here, Aiden Ross."
work for Cenk in some capacity, and Cenk, you
Mario said AOC is a great lawmaker. What law does she make that's great?
Of TYT again, because Francesca here, just like a lot of leftists, are upset with Cenk due to the fact that he is trying to reach.
Somebody said good show, buddy. Eric said good show, buddy. What about the drones? I mean, the drones is, I think the military may know what's going on with the drones. Like from all of the data that's been like presented to the public, like people, you know what I mean? It's the drones have been legal. A lot of the drones have been legal. So it's, I think it's just scare tactics. They're continuing to try to scare people. You know, I say the government, like when these news media outlets, they're either left or right. You know, it is what it is. Very hard to find moderate or just midline. You know, when they're trying to scare you like that, they're trying to distract you from something. I don't know what they're doing. We've seen Trump come out and say like the military knows what's going on. You know, we've heard like people on Fox News, like what was it, the Central Intelligence Agency guy that was on Fox News. We reacted to that, and he was like, you know, we can't tell you anything. We don't know of anything that's out of the ordinary. We don't know of anything that, you know, is super suspicious. We don't know. He just kept saying a whole bunch of I don't knows. You know, so what do y'all know? And y'all got to also think about this. This is American soil. Like, forget anything you think about. This is America, dog. United States of America. This is a big business. If a country comes over here with some drones acting up, we gonna find out who it is. And they gonna wake up to the American military. That's what would happen. You know what I'm saying? So, like, don't get it twisted. Like, America is one of the most powerful countries out here, if not the most powerful country out here. You know, so they're not gonna take that like they'll play around in the news, but if that was real life, Nah.
Out to
America ain't going out like that.
MAGA. Okay, Cenk has become one of the most interesting people in politics, at least online politics, because he seems to be having a come to Jesus moment. With
exactly. Christian Medwig, I haven't seen you in a while. Said, yo, these views is getting crazy. Hey, Thug Life. Y'all hit the likes and everything. Hey, I forgot. Yo, these views is crazy. I forgot like what politics be doing. Like I gotta stop paying attention to battle rap, bro. I like battle rap too. You know what I'm saying? Thing like entertainment. I got caught up in like I regressed and went back to like battle rap for a minute for like a couple weeks. Bruh, I already got like 70,000 views like on this video. That's crazy. I forgot. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I like it over here. You know what I'm saying? Thug like, but Medwig, well, let me see where Medwig's comment is. Like, where your comment go? Medwig. Oh yeah, he said we can't find people in other countries to set. You said we can find people in other countries to assassinate, but we do not know anything about the drones' insanity. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't believe like any of that, bro. But what y'all think about Cenk being red pilled?
the left, and the fact that their intolerance is destroying their movement. Okay, and I just want you guys to understand the amount of delusion here from this leftist who's going to raise.
Brandon said, "I'm a vet, and there is no way I'd support Trump." All right, you got different type of vets. Like, what are you like a military vet? I mean, you got some vets that are for the country. They going out there to, you know what I mean, to make sure America is good. They doing their best, you know what I mean, to make sure, like, you know, nobody messes with America, whatever missions they send them on, like we gonna win, right? And you got some vets that, I need some college money. I gotta buy a PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta get this little bit of military money. You know what I mean? Like, you got different type of vets. Just because you a vet don't make me respect you. You see what I'm saying? I respect some vets, but some vets I don't respect. Just a label don't, like a president. Like, I don't respect you just because you a president. Like, what did you do when you was president? What are you doing while you're president? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't just respect anybody. I don't respect every cop. I'm not like a black dude that don't like cops. Like, hey, I got a house, I live in a nice neighborhood. I do not want people rolling down the street, smoking Indo, sipping on gin and juice on my block. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. You know what I mean? So, hey, cops, if they drinking and driving, get them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want none of that. I got kids. You know, so I'm not, but, you know, there's good cops and there's bad cops. There's bad cops I don't respect. Good cops I respect. I see good cops on the news. I see bad cops on the news. You know what I'm saying? It just depends. I got police movies. You know what I'm saying? Brandon said, you know, Brandon been cheap. Brandon's been cheap. I can't keep, I got way too many views to keep responding to. Cheap stuff. Roseanne said, a vet is a vet. Please do not put them down. How did I see? This is what y'all do. You must be Roseanne. Are you a liberal? Because you ain't hear nothing I said. She ain't hear nothing I said. What did I say? I said some vets I respect, some vets I don't. It's because you a vet don't mean you get respect. How many vets like be talking crazy about the military in the country? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be here. Like, have y'all seen them TikToks with military people? I'm just sitting here to get the girls. I mean, like, some vets I respect, some vets I don't. Robbie said, anyone that believes they are oppressed needs to take a visit to Ghana. Maybe they'll see what oppression really is. Hey, Robbie Lewis, right? I think it's your name. Check this out, bro. When I went to Jamaica, I realized how great America was. Like, when I went to Jamaica and I seen how run down those roads were, how destituted the people are, like everybody, like kids, everybody is at the ports, like for the cruise ships coming in, trying to get $1, doing anything for $1. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like braiding hair, like doing anything they can for $1. I'm like, this is crazy out here. The cops look like you can't even trust the cops. You know, so it's like, I'm like, yo, Jamaica like this? I thought it was nice out here. It's like you got to go through a whole bunch of mess to get to one like nice beach. And then you driving down the worst pothole you've ever seen in America. That's regular over there in Jamaica. When I came, I swear to God, I was talking to my girl, right? And I was like, I don't care. I don't mind paying taxes now. Because like our roads and bridges is way better. Like, I mean, I don't want to be paying all these type of taxes. You know what I'm saying? But America get a lot of things right. A lot of things. Like even when I went to Cozumel, Mexico, right? And these are all Carnival cruise trips. They cheap. A lot of people don't know. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you get the $5.99 a person. You know what I'm saying? Like 5 days, you know what I'm saying? Depending. Like Cozumel was worse. I'm like, people are destituted. It's ridiculous. Like, bro, it's like when you go to concert. I think it was Progreso. So when I went to Progreso, right? It's a different part of Mexico. Thug life. You know what I'm saying? I went to Progreso. It was like, I thought we was about to get scammed or, you know what I mean, kidnapped and all that. Bro, they was like $30. We take you to a private island, right? A private beach. It ain't a private island. It's like a private beach. You got all you can eat food and all you can drink drinks. And it was like $35 a person. And I'm like, ain't no way. Bruh, when I tell you, everybody got on the bus, like the people that chose to do that, you know what I'm saying? Because they had like a little, at a Progreso, Mexico, it's almost like a bus port almost. And you can just choose what you want to do or whatever. Because you can't really do nothing unless you do one of these trips. And they don't tell you that like on the cruise ship or whatever. You find out all this stuff, like they be scamming. You know what I'm saying? When you get there, right? You're going to pay money once you get off that cruise ship. It's just what it is. And so I'm like, let's do this one. When I tell you we got there, but you had to go through this destituted super ghetto, bro. Like, I'm from the ghetto. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, Kinsman. That is as ghetto as you can get. You know what I'm saying? Was raised around like St. Clair, like all of that. You know, Euclid, like all of that, bro. Like ghetto. In Progreso, the ghettos in Cleveland, Kinsman look like paradise. That's how bad it is over there. Get there to the private beach, bro. Thug life. All you can eat food, that was a fact. All you can drink, that was a fact. A1, like, you know what I'm saying, service and everything for $35. That's how bad it is over there. Swear. You see what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. I think America gets a lot. Like, we all be complaining. We be on our iPhones complaining about the government on our $1,000 phones on Twitter. I can't believe this government. I can't believe this government don't like us. In our air-conditioned houses. With our cars. You know what I'm saying? In the driveway. With groceries. You know what I'm saying? In the refrigerator, complaining about America. I'm telling you, America gets a lot of things right. We can complain, but we get a lot of things right, bro. It could be better. Healthcare, I think we got wrong. But even when I went to Switzerland, now Switzerland was nice. I can't hate on Switzerland. It's a lot of things I liked about Switzerland. Very few things I didn't like. So I'm going to leave them alone. Drove through France. You know what I'm saying? When I went to Italy, Milan, Italy is fire. I ain't gonna lie. It's fire. But like, what was it? Genoa, Italy? Destitute! Ghetto! You know what I'm saying? Like America is nice. You know what I'm saying? It's just the healthcare is what we got wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Against Cenk, because clearly she's not living in reality. She believes that left-wing media is somehow underfunded compared to right-wing media, despite the fact that essentially all of mainstream media, which is
Bunny said Europe is a lot further north than people realize.
Billions of dollars, right? Billions of dollars goes into mainstream level media.
SS said, I'm from the ghetto.
Also, the Democrats raised billions of dollars during Kamala Harris's campaign. Somehow, some way, the left is underfunded compared to the right. Take a look.
Here is him asking you about left media. And I got to say, Cenk, this one sucked real hard for me.
The left has some work to do in developing over-the-top media to be able to bypass the main networks.
Yeah, so we have TYT as a giant network, but we have a lot of great progressive and populist shows that are not part of TYT that's in the left-wing ecosystem. I don't think that that's the issue. I don't think that there isn't enough shows. I think that there's a couple others. One, on the right, you guys do a great job of coalescing. Okay, so you do a couple of things well. You work together well, and you're more welcoming, if I'm being honest. If you agree with MAGA 5%, the answer you get is welcome, right? Come join.
I don't like this dude, bro. I don't care that he's conservative, and I don't like him. He be lying. I don't like him, bro. And this dude is, like, he says a lot of things that some people can say is racist. I don't like that dude. He's
right?
like, all black people commit all crime, and I'm like, what is you talking about?
On the left, if you disagree 5%, they go, get out of here. You're a right winger. You're a fascist.
I watched this whole I watched the whole clip, and it started off and I was like, this is pretty good. This moment, like, truly a part of me died when I watched this.
Wow, I can't believe that.
Yeah. Oh, super. Just like shriveled up and died, floated away into the ocean. He asks you about left-wing media and why there isn't more left-wing media, which already, as you are there, in the sort of kingdom of turning points, that's such a dig. Like, why are you guys so weak is effectively what he's saying. And instead of pointing out the way that TPUSA has been bankrolled by Republican mega donors.
Yo, what is Candace Owens saying about Brett Cooper? Hold on. Let me go to my girl Candace Owens, man. Let me see what she's saying.
All right, guys, looks like we are live doing, again, like I said, a very informal live stream tonight because I'm in London. I've been unbelievably sick. Like, I still have not gotten over the sickness where I had no voice. Now all my kids are sick, but I have just been inundated this week, obviously, for a lot of reasons. First and foremost, our USS Liberty episode dropped, which was super exciting for a lot of reasons. We worked on that for weeks. As you can see, we put together this editorial package. And I'm going to talk about that and let you know what went on behind the scenes.
And we only got 82,000 views. Hit the like button. What are y'all doing? Hey, if you're going to hate on me, hit the super chat. I'll read it. I'm not about to do y'all a favor, and I got like 80-some thousand views on here.
But for it to become a global trend and to start a much needed conversation makes me so proud.
Wet Shark said, Candace is so pretty.
Also, at the exact same time, obviously, Brett Cooper has announced her exit from the Daily Wire.
I like her relationship that she has with Piers Morgan, like their friendship. I like that, man. But he went on her show, talked to her, and then she went. I rock with Piers Morgan, bro. I don't like how he was with the Luigi Mangione and the Daniel Penny case. I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I don't have no problem with Piers Morgan.
After a lot of innuendos, we're going to discuss that. And also, I had a conversation with Lily Phillips, who is that British girl who is trying to.
Oh, that's why she went to London. Okay, so she did an interview with somebody. Okay.
Beat the world record, Guinness Book of World Record for sleeping with the most men in one day. And she is going for 1,000 men. So we'll jump right into it, obviously, because like I said, this is informal. So there's not going to be any transitions. I had nothing to show you here. Let's start with the Brett Cooper exit. Obviously, you guys have been inundating me. Oh my gosh, Candace, what's going on? What's your take? Listen, just from the very beginning, obviously everyone kind of knows the backstory. Last couple of weeks, there's just been some rumors floating around. Some people thought the rumors were ridiculous that she was leaving. Other people were saying that there was a lot of friction that was happening in the background at the Daily Wire. What we know for a fact is that Brett Cooper did, in fact, announce her exit from the Daily Wire on Tuesday. While I was on a plane over to London, I had no Wi-Fi, so I landed and it was just an explosion of text messages. And, I think because the exit came after there were so many rumors floating, people then assumed that all of the rumors were true. There were rumors.
Ruben said, people love to hate. I be hating too. I can't get, I'll be getting mad at haters, but I'm not about to give you a platform. You know what I'm saying? Unless you pay to hate. I'll be hating too.
That her best friend
Sean Carlos is a member on the channel. He said H-Town checking in. Thug life. Shout out to you, bro.
her maid of honor in her wedding, which is true. Obviously, Reagan Conrad would be taking over her show, and people were trying to deduce whether or not that meant that there was a lot of drama in the background. The Spectator did a summary. They're obviously quite respected. And
hey, Noah, you trying to trick me, man? He said I can only hit the. You mean like the like button? Hit the like button once. You trying to trick me, man? You can hit the hundreds. You can hit the confetti, man. I can see it on this side, man, if you hitting it. Man. Trying to play me, man.
They went through and clawed through all of the internet innuendo and noticed some things. Obviously, one big thing that has been noticed on the internet is that Brett seems to have deleted all of the photos that she had of her and her maid of honor from her profile. So that obviously signals to people that maybe some of that innuendo is true. And then the other aspect, which I was not even aware of until I read this article on The Spectator, was that apparently there was some movement. This is such a Gen Z thing, but I guess they were commenting on all of Brett's posts or something and telling her to wear blue on her last day if she's not allowed to talk about what happened. And then she wore blue. So who knows if she wore blue because it's a normal color to wear, and I wear blue probably twice a week.
Yo, she better not be like trading sides, bro. Y'all think Brett Cooper? What do y'all think? Y'all think she's switching sides? I don't think she's doing that, man.
Or if she was trying to signal something. Anyways, the long conclusion of this is, as far as separations go, it appears to be as amicable as it can be. She made the announcement. It was quite sad. She did seem like she was upset in it. And then it kind of cut to
But y'all got to understand, I think Brett Cooper, her YouTube channel, hold on, let me see something real quick. Brett Cooper. Yeah, her YouTube. Let me see. Yo, she got so many views, bro. She don't need to work for anybody.
Alex.
If that's
Alex.
Nah, bro. She is so paid. Bro, if I'm banking like that, like she is paid, bro. Well, she can do anything. Like Brett Cooper can do anything. And you know, they women, so they got the simps. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know, like when you're on TikTok, you scrolling, and then if you a dude on TikTok, they force you to watch like lives. You gotta like scroll out of the live. And they'll have like the women in there, and you will see the dudes just simping like crazy, galaxies. You know what I'm saying? Giving them like all kind of money. Just imagine like the male simps that be watching these girls. Like, yo.
Jeremy Boring was CEO. He said nice things about her. And unless she wants to contribute something else or he wants to contribute something else, I don't think there's any
You gotta offer like Brett Cooper something big for her to like stay. And she's got a lot of leverage, to be real. Like if you know business, she got a lot of leverage. My fiance with the $2 donation said it looks like Candace and Piper Boy Republican going live together. Y'all, you think we gonna do a live together? Hey, shout out to Candace Owens. Like she literally lives like right around me. Like this is real facts. Like this is not a lie. Like I could call my girl, like she could tell you, like she lives like around me. She not far, you know, but she don't know me yet. You know what I mean? I'm still kind of like, I've been like reached out to by a lot of people. Like I was very surprised. Like, you know, they just say things like, "Oh, I see what you're doing. Like, good job. Like, hope your channel continues to grow." Like I see people say stuff like that. Like notable people, but I haven't, like, she hasn't reached out to me or anything like that. This is somebody like you would probably have to have your team and somebody reach out to or whatever to do something like that. But I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't, you know, if the way to be around like a person like this really is to like Piers Morgan will just, anybody, he'll just pick anybody up and just, you know what I'm saying, and have them on for debates and stuff like that, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't be opposed to that. I rock with Candace Owens.
Reason to look further into it because everybody is moving on in their lives. And that gets me to the next point. Everyone's like, what will happen to Brett Cooper? Brett Cooper is going to be absolutely fine. I mean, beyond fine.
And
Frankly,
Candace Owens understands the YouTube game too. Like, she got 3.3 million subscribers. I literally just watched Candace Owens get 1.3 million subscribers in like a couple months. You see what I'm saying? I had like 7 million views in like a month. Remember, if you on my Twitter, I was like posting like my views and stuff like that. Like, but she got like crazy traction. She knows the game. She's making major money. Like Candace Owens. It's like almost every video she drops does close to 1 million views. And they're not short videos. She's doing like 25, 30 minute, you know what I'm saying, 40-minute videos. Like, so all of the ad placement, plus she's got sponsorships. She knows like how, and she lives like in a really nice, you know what I'm saying, area. She got like cleaners like that come and clean her house. She got like all kind of crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the type of like money she got. Her husband got mad bread, you know, but she understands like the YouTube game. You know, and to see, you know, Brett Cooper, like, she knows like that girl can do anything.
by the time I hit the ground, I must have had, and I am not kidding, 25.
Hey, yo, I said the same thing, Wet Shark. He said, why are conservative women so much better looking? I said
messages from people.
I don't know. I think it's they just know how to take care of themselves. I mean, I've seen some decent looking like Democratic women, but it's just, I mean, when you on, I don't know, man, like a lot of conservative women are about money. You know what I mean? I think like Democratic women, right? This ain't like the ones that I see like spending a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? But they're about money, you know, more classy like type of people. So they wear different type of things. They eat different type of like foods, and you know what I'm saying? They don't just think about, I gotta have a Birkin bag. I gotta have, you see what I'm saying? Like, they take care of themselves. You know, they're not just trying to have a Louis this and Louis that. They actually think about everything and take care of themselves. This is what, I don't know, but I mean, I think you kind of hit that. Even when you be looking at like reporters and stuff like that, like on Fox News versus like MSNBC, and you know that hey, it's a clear distinct difference in the way like people look, though. I'm gonna be real about that. It's like Fox News goes against the supermodels and like, you're an anchor. I don't know, man.
People from all walks of
but
my
a
life
lot of like
asking me, can I have a
lawyers,
contact?
like black lawyers and stuff, like she's a lawyer, like she got money, she got bread, she's smart, you know, they take care of themselves. So I mean, that would be Democratic lawyers that be looking good too.
Brett Cooper, I'm talking about people that want to do her book, people that want to sign her for a show, people that want her to sign her for speeches. And I think she should have been doing all of that stuff in the last couple of years, like striking while the iron is hot.
I like white girls though, I ain't gonna lie, Thug Life. I like white girls, but I like Candace Owens too. Wet said MSNBC has Matt out. Hey, chill, man. Yeah, man. Like, I don't know, bro. And then AOC is like, AOC is all right. She not like bad. You know what I mean? She like, she's got that, she can be, you know, but she not like just bad. Like, you know what I mean? But yo, this dude said MSNBC got bad out. Like, you crazy, bro.
And she hasn't really been doing much. She's obviously, it's a 5-day-a-week show, Daily Wire, so I'm sure that's because she was really
Nunya said they ain't faking.
consumed, dedicated to that, and there hasn't really been an answer on the Snow White project, but it looks like maybe that's not happening. So she now has a considerable amount of time to do what I think.
Candace Owens likes Asian dudes. Like, her preference is actually Asian guys. She likes Asian guys. She married a white dude, but she likes Asian guys. She's dated black guys. She did, like, before. She dated black guys. So, but it could have just been like, you know, her Mafioso with the $2 donation shout out. He said Republican equals beautiful. Democrats equals. I can't say that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've seen some beautiful Democrat. I ain't gonna lie, man. I've seen some beautiful Democratic girls. But I think like Candace Owens, like certain type of people, you gotta understand where she came from, man. Like, because remember, like we reacted to like where she came from and like all of that. She probably just got herself to a certain position in life to where if you don't have this amount of stuff, like I don't want to rock with you, you know, because she's about furthering her life, and she probably just haven't found anybody that has what she is looking for that's black right now. Or maybe they already taken, and we're gonna be real, like when a lot of successful black guys get success, you know, black guys get successful, they get money, they get houses, they get cars, they get a white girl. This is what happens a lot of times. You know, so maybe she just feels like, you know, this is who she found and who she click with, but she not like, she dates just about it. I mean, she likes Asian dudes, but she dated black guys before. She has.
I think young people that are getting into the space should do, which is what
Tim said you making things up. If you go on The Breakfast Club, she talks to Charlemagne about all of that. And she breaks down the misconceptions because he was like, yo, why are people saying like you only like white dudes? And then she goes in and she's like, actually, my preference is Asian. She says it. We literally reacted to her saying it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, her preference is Asian and she has had black boyfriends.
I did. I obviously was with Turning Point USA. I had a very loose contract, so I did everything. I mean, from speeches to Fox News hits to my book, just trying to, while I had all the energy before I was married and had kids, just trying to really strike while the iron was hot. And I learned so much in those years. And so Brett is so young. She's 22 years old. She's now going to be able to do everything. And like I said, it was trending here in London that she left.
Brett is about to be rich. I don't care what nobody says. Brett's about to make that money.
Daily Wire. So for someone that young to have gained 4.5 million subscribers on YouTube.
Christian Medwood said, once you go black, you never go back. That's my experience. I don't know, man. I see women like just messing with everybody, like for real.
In a YouTube in a couple of years and to become a global trend when she leaves her job. Kudos to you, Brett Cooper. That's absolutely amazing. And I can just tell you from working with her, she's fantastic. She's absolutely fantastic. She's brilliant. I think Matt Walsh issued a statement about how much he adored working with her. Always had a great experience working with her.
Yo, what's going on with Vivek, Elon Musk, and Trump right now? Hold on, because I'm hearing some things. Let me show y'all something. Hold up. No.
Elon Musk.
Democrats are trying to say something going on. Like, let's see this.
Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy are both.
Hold on, wait. He's trying to get me with his music.
Orders.
Folks in the mag.
No.
Welcome back to the Devory Darkins Show. Hope you had a Merry Christmas, and I want to wish you a Happy New Year.
Wait a minute. Devory Darkins, we not doing that, bro. Devory Darkins has been, we literally watched him get 400,000 subscribers in a month. Right? About 2 months, we watched him, right? You go from a Shure SM7B microphone, right? To a cheap Shure microphone. Why did you do that? Hey, yo, he done bought another MacBook Pro. It's probably just he got a different setup. That's probably what it is, man. The other one's just the main one is in a different setup because he in a different room.
to you and your family, of course, but we got to react to the drama that's taking place on X with Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk. MAGA has turned against them over their stance as it pertains to the H-1B visa program. This is a program that allows immigrants from India to serve in tech companies at a lower wage. This in turn will allow the tech company not to actually hire American citizens, and it has been exploding in a huge debate. But let's first start with how CNN.
Wait, what? Hold on, what?
This in turn will allow the tech company not to actually hire American citizens, and it has been exploding in a huge debate.
Are you serious? They got a bill that is making it to where tech companies don't have to hire Americans? Wow. You know, they already don't want to hire Americans. You know, like you call tech support, they send you to somebody in India. So that, hey.
But let's first start with how CNN broke out this story. Watch.
Tonight, as President-elect Donald Trump is preparing for a
We ain't doing that.
0.1% of engineering talent as being essential for America to keep winning. He's talking about H-1B visas, which allow employers to hire highly skilled foreign workers. Musk, who himself is from South Africa, said that he once had this kind of visa, and he's arguing that Silicon Valley is facing a shortage of excellent engineering talent, as he put it. But the annual cap on those kinds of visas right now is at $65,000, with another $20,000 for those who get a master's or a doctorate in the U.S. Musk is being backed up by his partner in Trump's government efficiency initiative, Vivek Ramaswamy. He says it's a cultural issue that there aren't more competitive engineers in the U.S. Here's what he said online. A culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad champ or the jock over the valedictorian will not produce the best engineers.
Allow me to make this simple. In order to receive something, you have to give something up. The tech corporations, they wanted to receive lower wages, but more skillful workers. Well, what did they give up in return? American skillful workers. That's exactly what's taking place with the H-1B visa program. That's why it's...
Oh my God. What is going on with America, bro? Like, why is it... All right, Democrats. Hey, one of y'all Democrats in the chat, right? The hater ones, right? Tell me why y'all are trying y'all best to sell America out. Make it make sense, please. Why? Hey, y'all, can we get 110,000 subscribers? What is y'all doing? I'm like, you got what is it? 109,000, 918. What is y'all doing, bruh? Y'all act like I got like y'all act like I got like 700,000 subscribers. It's okay to subscribe to a black guy with a hoodie. What is y'all doing, bruh?
It's so controversial at this point and needs to be reformed. Secondly, you will definitely find in the tech industry where these Indian executives have replaced American workers with H-1B visa employees. Why? Because they're going to make more money and they could be controlled, unlike an American citizen who clearly knows what their rights are. And number three, in the process of this...
Y'all know, like, healthcare workers, like my girl's a nurse, right? So healthcare workers, like these companies are hiring a lot of Asian, like, nurses that are coming over in America. And that's their way of getting, like, citizenship. And because they don't want to hire like American nurses. Like, yo, that's crazy. I don't know if that's the reason or it's because of the shortage, but that's going on too. It's like they just, yo, this crazy, bro. Thinking about all this stuff.
Debate. We don't need to demonize.
Yeah, I won the Philippines. Yeah, it's a fact. Yeah, it's a fact. Yeah. Like a lot of Filipino nurses are coming to America and taking over the nursing jobs. That's what nobody's saying. Like, because, you know, American nurses are like, yo, like, it's the patient load is like way too high. You know, you know, the pay is not going up. Y'all want nurses to take more and more responsibility, more and more patients. You know what I mean? Not give nurses the resources that they need to take care of all these people. They don't have like appropriate number of nursing assistants to help. And they just want to just hire these Filipino people to come over here that won't complain. So all y'all think y'all going to nursing school to be nurses, y'all gonna get hit with finding out that nurses in America are being replaced by Filipino nurses. That's a real thing. That's really, look it up. It's going down. It's going down. They're making it like easy for them to just come and replace like just about everything y'all doing. Not everything, you know what I'm saying? But like nursing and like now they trying to do this with the tech company. Like that's interesting. That's very interesting. And Marsha said, I'm a nurse and love my home health job. I have one patient. Yeah, but you one of the few, like they're like floor nurses that work at them, like the hospitals and skilled nursing and all of that, like that be on the floor having all them patients. Like they trying to get like them Filipino nurses in there. Like that's interesting because they not going to complain about having like 30 patients. Like that's crazy. That's literal insanity. Like here, you know, when they do that to them nurses. But Filipinos don't care. So
legal immigrants who have come over and absolutely
Marsha said went back to school at 54 to be a nurse. Have you heard about that, Marsha?
Contributed to our success as a country. All of these three things can be true at the same.
Nah, I won. No, I won. Like, no, they're high. They don't want to be paying like agency. Like, so what these nurses are doing, right, is that they're getting tired of working for these companies because a lot of these companies are for profit, right? Hospitals, and you know what I'm saying. You got some of them that are not profit, but hospitals, skilled nursing facilities, long-term care facilities, they're profit based. You see what I'm saying? Like, so they don't want to have a lot of staff. So and then they don't want to like be paying for like agency nurses that come in there that be making all that money. So they want to hire people in. So they do like from the Philippines. So they come to America and they give them like a 2 or 3 year contract. And then after the contract, they can get like, you know, it could help them get their citizenship. They could work while they're like getting their citizenship. So, you know, and then they don't have to pay like the nurses that are getting tired of like working for them facilities. You see what I'm saying? That have now gone to make more money doing what is it called? Agency nursing. And like now a lot of agency nurses are like, oh, well, the companies we used to go to, you know, are hired in a bunch of people. And a lot of those people be Filipinos.
In time. Now, this just isn't my opinion. This is also an opinion from Neil Patel. And here's what he wrote on X. America's current H-1B.
Marsha said, Marsha is a nurse that heard about being replaced by Philippine nurses. I'm near retirement now and not worried about it. Yeah, but what if you were like a new grad? You see what I'm saying? And they're coming over to America with like bachelors in nurses and you know what I'm saying? Like they got like the 4-year one. So they already like ahead. And so a company can be like, oh, well, I got BSNs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need like, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know, man. Like I see the writing on the wall. They opening up the borders. You know what I mean? They allowing, you know, no voter ID laws in some places, and Newsom don't want to like retract those laws, or he don't want to help get people out of California, and then they just letting these people come in, and then now you got this. It's like y'all literally do not see what's going on. Y'all being sold out and y'all don't even see it.
The skilled visa system is a complete giveaway to corporate America, primarily big tech. We bring in skilled foreigners only when a company sponsors them. The system then keeps many of these workers in a legal limbo, often for decades. That whole time, they are tied to their sponsor company. Workers tied down like this are less able to negotiate salary and benefits. That's the main reason big tech loves hiring H-1Bs. He goes on to say that American workers who then have to compete with these foreign workers are thereby hurt by unfair labor competition. And most perversely of all, these highly skilled foreign workers are not even free to innovate or start their own companies and create jobs the whole time. They are stuck on the current waiting list. Like so much of current federal policy that needs unwinding, our current skilled immigration system benefits big business at virtually everyone else's expense. High-profit tech companies and Indian consulting firms are the biggest exploiters of this broken system. Those advocating for more skilled immigration, I include myself in this group, need to be more clear on the need for complete reform of this broken system. Those who don't understand it or aren't being honest. And this is why you do have some conservatives, especially on CNN, who are actually in disagreement with Vivek and Elon Musk. Here's an example of that.
I think with all due respect to
I once said the Philippine nurses started coming down in COVID time, right? I don't know. I don't know. Joshua said all your hourly wages will get reduced.
To Mr. Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, they should focus on saving federal dollars for the taxpayers and not immigration policy. I understand some of the points that Catherine made, and I agree to an extent. But I think the U.S. should focus more on domestic skill development. Studies also show that H-1B exacerbates employers hiring individuals from outside of the country when they could potentially hire minorities, for an example, which we know there's a shortage in the STEM fields. There are a significant number of Americans who I think would love opportunities if they had the proper training and skills to operate in those jobs fairly well. So why not start and focus there? I'm not of the support or mindset, Caitlin, that we should let in.
Jay Pitt City said these tech companies only want to underpay these skilled tech people. Somebody said nurses started coming here 15 plus years ago due to shortages. I once said Philippine nurses work through too. Yo, they need to, like, I don't know what they need to do. They got to do something, bro. They got to do something. Like I be watching like them ER shows and you know what I'm saying on YouTube and all of that. Like nurses are overworked, bro. Like it's crazy. And doctors don't even be helping them. They be doing everything. It's like they need to pay them more. Like pay them more money. Like why are y'all like you gotta think like if somebody can make if they paying like some nurses like $34 an hour, like why you want to deal with like all that schooling and doing all that to make that when you could do something else and make that? Like nurses need to be paid like way more money, bro.
More than the 60,000+ that were already let into the country. Do we have some deficits? I certainly understand that point, again, to what Catherine was sort of alluding to. But I think by focusing on increasing domestic skill development, you can decrease the furtherance of those deficits by virtue of saying, you know what, we're going to spend more of our time, more of our dollars educating our own citizens to compete for these jobs versus saying, let's increase to 100,000 or maybe even more for employers to bring in individuals from India, which is the predominant country where many of them come from. I don't agree with that at all. And I think folks in the MAGA world have every right to be angry with Vivek and Elon Musk.
Now, just understand he was responding to Vivek Ramaswamy's initial post that went viral, right? So Vivek made a mistake here. He wrote the post in the context of.
So Vivek said the reason top tech. Why are you even talking about this, Vivek? He said the reason the top tech companies often hire foreign born and first generation engineers over Native American isn't because of an innate American IQ deficit, a lazy and wrong explanation. A key part of it comes down to the C word culture. Tough questions demand tough answers. I don't like it. Like, I mean, I know like we kind of rocking with Trump. I don't like Vivek, bro. Like he be saying like some off the wall, like low key racist stuff to me, bro.
The problem is American culture, not these tech companies who are abusing the system. That's really the way that people read the message. And so, of course, Vivek has had to somewhat try to clarify, but he hasn't really done a great job of that either. And this post that I just read to you was probably the most middle of the road, just common sense logic take about this entire debate. Now, in the comment section, Julie Wright wrote this post that I think sums up this entire debate in a very simple way. She writes, "It's essentially the reverse of offshoring American companies and jobs. Instead of placing the company in a country with cheap labor, we import the cheap labor to America." That's the simplest explanation. So you got to ask yourself, if you're the executive and you're trying to make the most money in this tech corporation, why would you hire someone fresh out of Stanford who's an American citizen who's demanding a salary of $300,000 when you could pay a skillful worker from India $100,000, right? I mean, that's a no-brainer. And also in the comment section, some people are offering solutions, which one of these I actually agree with, fairly simple to fix. All visa hires must be direct employees of the company they work for and cannot be paid less than the average wage / benefits of a comparable position. I bet there would be a lot less visa applications if they couldn't pay them below market value. That is so dead on. Listen, as an entrepreneur, as someone who's owned multiple businesses myself, it's just something you can't help. If you
Silvio said you have company customer service saturated from India, nursing, MDS. Iwan says we're not helping students to perform higher to become higher quality engineers. I mean, I think a lot of that is the No Child Left Behind. Like, I think they need to get rid of the Department of Education. Like, that's my opinion. Like, I think they do. I don't think it's been working, obviously. They need to give the power back to the states. You move to the state that's going to have the best education. Like, it's what it is. Give it back to the states. And I mean, oh, well, what if somebody can't move to the state? Oh, well, I'm saying give it back to the states. This obviously isn't working. We all paying all this money and it ain't working.
You own the company.
We talked about AOC earlier, Brett. You see,
every single time, no matter what. So anything that you can do to decrease labor but still maximize production, you're going to do it. So yes, the system needs to be fixed. Now, Vivek Ramaswamy did come back on X and kind of clarified his stance. He said, "I've said it countless times in the last 2 years, and we'll say it again, the H-1B system is badly broken and should be replaced with one that focuses on selecting the very best of the best, not a lottery, pro-competitive, no endured service to one company, and debureaucratized." Now,
Vivek needs a publicist. I think he's going to be to that point where, I mean, I know he's Department of Doge, but he just be saying stuff, bro. Like, he needs a publicist to kind of like control him.
Guys, there's already a visa program for people who are classified as geniuses, by the way. That does exist, so it's not like it doesn't. It's just that the H-1B program, like we just read, it needs to be reformed. It's just that simple. It's not really a dramatic thing to say. Now, since we're on the subject of Vivek Ramaswamy and what he was saying, here's Scott Jennings on CNN reacting to Vivek's post, and he also didn't take it very well.
Where America is going, and I'm using Vivek Ramaswamy and Nikki Haley to help us put this conversation together. Scott, I'll call it a war of words, and yes, it's happening on the Twitters and the X between Vivek and Nikki Haley. Ramaswamy posts a long monologue, if you will, criticizing American work ethic and saying this in part in his rant. Our American culture has venerated mediocrity over excellence for way too long. Nikki Haley, as you guys can see, it's quite long. Nikki Haley.
Yeah, I gotta cut this live. I've been on live like way too long. I could just talk to y'all for like hours. This has turned into an 8-hour live. I have 1 million views in here. We already got like 102,000 because I've been live for like ever. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody. Like, y'all subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Come back. We'll end up talking about some more politics and stuff like that. I'm gonna do like some entertainment blogs, and then I'm gonna come back to politics. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to everybody. I'm out. Come